I'm going to tell you exactly what it takes to start and grow your service-based brand in under 20 minutes. The 3-step system I'm about to show you is so simple that any service provider can replicate it, from total beginner to 6-figure CEO like me. Now, some of you already know me, but for some of you, this is our first encounter. And whatever the case may be, I am so glad you're here. My name is Nyla Fulton, and I'm a former personal trainer who built a 6-figure personal training business. And now I founded the Soft Life CEO, where I teach amazing humans how to make more money by building thriving service-based businesses that book clients while they sleep through marketing and branding. I also have a business marketing degree from the Agnes Scott College, and I've spent many years in my father's marketing company helping service-based brands become the go-to service provider in their local market. Now, whether you're a hairstylist, an esthetician, a makeup artist, a lash tech, a nail tech, personal trainer, whatever service you provide, this 3-step formula that I'm about to show you can take any service provider from struggling to stay afloat to the go-to service provider in their local community. Now, you can subscribe to my channel below for more simplified branding and marketing strategies that will help you grow your service-based business every single week. So go ahead and make sure to ring that bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Now, we all know that building a profitable service-based business takes time and a lot of effort, but it doesn't have to be extremely complicated. And honestly, the more complicated you make it, the harder it's going to be for you to build it. And trust me, I know this because this is coming from an ultimate overthinker that overcomplicates everything. And I know most of you think like, oh, but my business isn't getting any clients, so maybe I need to post every day on social media, or maybe I need to launch more offers, or maybe I just need to hire the right people. And then you go on a whole spiral of being busy, but you're never really getting anything done. And honestly, that's like buying yourself a ticket to burnout. So instead, what you're about to learn in this video will make your business do a complete 360 flip, because people want the service that you offer. You just have to put it in front of them, and you don't have to have 100K followers to do this. I'd rather you have 1,000 followers that support your business and actually buy from you than 100K followers who are just watching and never really taking action. So after this video, you'll know exactly how to take people from, oh, they offer that service, to I need to book with them right now. And the best part is, it's super simple. You can learn it in this 3-step framework that I teach inside of my programs. And these are the exact steps that I used to grow my first service-based business to 6 figures. And today you're getting it for free. So let's get into it. Building a profitable service-based business all starts with your foundation. And that foundation is going to be your brand identity. Before we dive deep into the 3 steps that we're going to get into today, we need to talk about your foundation. Because if you can't build a house without a foundation, I wouldn't want you building a business without one. So this isn't about having a pretty logo, although that does help. When I started in business, I learned to build it so it makes money first. Then we can make it cute later, after we know that our systems work and people actually want what we offer. So when I say brand foundation, I mean having a brand that people instantly recognize when they see it. So that means your colors, your fonts, your voice, your handles across your platforms, everything works together as a unit, so that when someone sees your content, they immediately know it's you. If people can't recognize you, how can they even remember to book with you? They'll just go to someone else instead. So think about it like this. You get into an accident, right? Who do you call? If you're in Atlanta, you're probably calling J. Sanders Law, or 1-800-411-PAIN, take your call night and day, or another brand that instantly comes to mind because they've properly built their brand. So before you start trying to create offers, you need to figure out who you're speaking to, their pain points, and build your foundation and your brand around them. Now that we have the foundation set, let's get into step 1 of the 3-part system, getting discovered. Now, this is a lesson I learned years ago when I was a personal trainer and when I was an independent contracted babysitter, which the internet doesn't really know about that, but if you know, you know. Anyways, I would be scared to post on social media, and I didn't really know what to post, but I had realized that people couldn't book me if they didn't know who I was or what services I offer. So this section is about how people find you in the first place. Now, there are a couple of different ways that people can find you nowadays. It can be through SEO/AEO on search engines, and that will send people straight to your website. The next way would be through social media content, and the last way would be through running ads on social media. But today, we're going to cover the most common one, which is being seen on social media. And here's what most service providers do wrong when it comes to the social media game. They think that posting their work is enough, and it's not. Like showing before and after photos or even just highlighting your services doesn't work as well with the way the new algorithm has moved, and it won't work even more in the upcoming stages of AI that we're already seeing. Service-based business owners now need to focus on UGC, user-generated content, and EGC, employee-generated content. Now, we'll get more into that in a different video, but when you do post on your social media, in order to get seen, you need to post relatable, educational, or just shareable content. Your content needs to follow this formula, and this works for all service-based businesses: hook, value, call to action. First, let's look at our hook. Now, your video needs to grab your audience's attention immediately, and this is going to be called your hook. Every video you make should have one, okay? So the two main types of hooks that we're going to focus on are visual hooks and verbal hooks. Now, a verbal hook sounds something like this. I had to re-record my entire course because I deleted it before it was finished. Or this. If you've been posting and nobody's booking you, this is why. Maybe this one. This is what 30 days of consistency looks like on your natural hair. Now, in the verbal hook, you immediately talk about a problem they've been struggling with recently, okay? That speaks directly to your target audience. Now, you could also do a visual hook, like applying lip gloss or sitting in a chair, or maybe just adjusting the camera. There's really no rules. So if you have an amazing hook idea, don't be afraid to try it because it might stick and you might go viral. I don't know. For example, if you're a hairstylist, you could do something like, if you're tired of fighting heat damage, let me show you how I got my client from this to this by teaching her proper hair care after her appointments. Now, I can guarantee you that you'll have the attention of a woman struggling with precisely that, heat damage. Now, the next part of this formula is going to be value. After the hook is finished, you need to teach them something valuable right away, okay? So to do this, you can either share a tip that they can use immediately, or answer a common question, or solve a problem for free. And the point of providing value is to position you as the expert, which eventually will allow people to see you as the go-to in your industry. It's a part of the process. We're building a brand, okay? So the last step and the most important step is the call to action. And this is where we tell our audience exactly what to do next. Now, you don't just say, click the link in my bio. I want you to be very specific on what you want them to do. So maybe you could do something like comment the word guide and I'll send you my upcoming specials, or DM me the word facial for 50% off your next service. The goal here is to get seen by the right people who are actively looking for your service. Now, as we move along to step number 2, we want to build connection with our ideal client. So picture this. Someone discovered your content. They like your posts, they comment, then what? Most business owners assume that getting views is enough to get people to book. And I thought the same thing. But look, just because someone saw your post does not mean they're ready to hand over their money. So when I first started building my marketing and branding business, I was determined to make those real personal relationships with potential clients. And sometimes that meant being overly available and giving away a lot more information and value than you normally give. And you do it for free. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't like that word free, but I gave them ways to connect with me beyond social media and beyond just paying me for my services. Now, here's what I did. I created a landing page so they could get access to a low ticket or maybe just a free resource they could get. And then they'd also get access to my community. And with this, I would collect their information first, and then I nurtured those people and I nurtured those connections through automations and newsletters. And I also made it easy for them to DM me with questions and join me on live calls once a month. And this same method can be applied to your service-based business. Now, connecting with your audience is how you'll go from struggling to get clients to being fully booked with a wait list. The bottom line here is your audience needs multiple touch points with you before they can trust you enough to book. So they may need to see your content a few times. They may need to speak to you a few times. And this might even mean putting them in a community and strengthening those connections. So if you just expect them to go from liking your post to purchasing, you're leaving a lot of money on the table and you forgot all the steps in between. So stop hoping people are going to magically book and really start making those connections with them. The last step in today's formula is step number 3, converting these people that you're nurturing in these communities and through these emails to actual client. Now, here's the thing. Getting booked is not about having the lowest prices. Your ability to get booked is about the trust and the value that you've built and steps 1 and 2. So if you missed that, you might want to go back, because that's the bridge that's going to take your clients from where they are now to where they want to be. And you need to ask yourself, how valuable is that service that you provide to your ideal client? And what transformation are you selling them? Let me give you an example, because people don't just buy personal training. They buy 10 pounds of weight loss and the extra confidence they hope to achieve with that weight loss. And people don't just buy facials. They buy into the clear skin that comes after the facial. So you want to aim to sell the outcome, not just the service, because so many people in your area are going to offer that same service that you offer. So really, what makes you stand out from the crowd? When I was a personal trainer, I wasn't only just selling workout sessions with me. For one, I did sessions of 2 to 3 people at a time. So my clients could, one, create workout partners, but they also created friendships. So I sold community, but I also helped my clients become mentally and physically fit. So not only do we train our body, but we also trained our minds, and I educated them on how to keep that weight off. So they not only loved the amazing workout experience they had with me, but they also would share it with other people who would later come to me by referral. So you see the difference there? One is just a service, but the other is a promise of transformation, community, and eventually for you, more clients. But even with that said, you need to be clear on what you're offering. You need to have proof that it works through testimonials and results. And you need to have an easy way to book and a price that reflects your value, but is still competitive in your local market. Now, marketing yourself as cheap is the easiest way to attract low quality clients and burn yourself out. Now, if you get this right, everything becomes 10 times easier. So I know I gave you a lot of information today. So let me show you how all of this works together as one. So let's map this out visually, because it's going to make so much more sense. So step number 1, you create valuable content that gets discovered by your ideal client. Step number 2, you offer ways to connect, like free guides or consultations. And step number 3, you nurture those connections until they're ready to book through email, automations, or even putting them in a community. That's it. This is the simple 3-step system that took me from 0 to 6 figures as a service provider. Now, I recommend that you pick one platform to focus on first. And I personally started with Instagram and TikTok, so I picked 2. But you can really do it anywhere, and you really just want to be where your ideal client is. So if your clients are a little bit of an older generation and they talk more about Facebook, then what are you doing on TikTok? You want to be right in front of your client. So if your client's on Facebook, be on Facebook and start posting there. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. There are no rules to this, and you will learn as you go. You just need to be consistent. Because when I started, my content was so bad that I get DMs from people saying that I wasn't even in the frame. Like, what? That's how bad it was. And if you don't believe me, I'll show y'all that on like another day. But the only reason it worked because I showed up every single day, every single week. I didn't go on perfect content sprees and then disappear for 6 months. No. And I didn't have Marvel Studios filming me or a team of video editors. I just showed up, and that led me to where I'm at today. So whatever you see your clients using, just pick that platform and stay consistent with it, no matter how imperfect your videos may be. Now, if you're serious about building a service-based brand that actually works in 2026, but you're overwhelmed with where to start, my $10 ebook will take you step by step through implementing this entire system for your specific service. The link is in the description. A solid brand is what separates the service providers struggling to make ends meet from the ones who have people literally waiting for their books to open. And if this video helped you think differently about how you could grow your service-based business, leave a like down below and let me know in the comments which step you're going to focus on first. And make sure you're subscribed for weekly videos just like this one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.